Hey everybody, Ben here from DMC Films and Cinderblock Studios, and welcome back to the Principles of Design, Part 7. This is the final part in the series, and we're going to be talking about variety and rhythm. So when we're talking about art, what is variety? Variety works in conjunction with movement to assist the viewer's eye around the piece. Variety can refer to really any of the elements of design, so too much variety, say too much texture in a piece, can really become too distracting and too busy for the viewer. While too little variety becomes very boring for the viewer. And as I just mentioned, variety can be the elements of design, so texture, color, line, shape, variety. Alright, I think I've got that down, so then what's rhythm? Much like in music, rhythm in art is used to create a repetitious pattern without losing the integrity of variety. In art, we use the principle of rhythm through one or more of the elements of design to create this rhythmic balance between the rest of the piece. So I get the feeling you may still be a little cloudy on this, so let's take a look at some examples. So we're going to start things off with a great example of variety. Our first example is Monets Terrace at La Havara. This is a fantastic piece of variety, both in sort of shapes as well as colors. I would say this is definitely more of a color variety piece because you're getting so many different colors with the flowers and the gardens and everything else, but it is very well balanced between the colors of the flags, the colors of the water and the clouds and everything else. There's definitely a lot happening here, but it's not overpowering. Our second example comes from the Romanticism era, and it's Caspar David Friedrich's Mountain Peak with Drifting Clouds. Now, one of the reasons why I love this is because there's slightly less variety in the textures. However, you definitely get a great rhythm to the overall piece. The movement in particular with this, you get the movement of the log down below, as well as just sort of this idea of rising up. Your eye is being led up with the trees up to the mountains. In general, you get a great feeling of sort of this atmosphere, and that's sort of the core of rhythm, is playing with those textures and your lines and everything like that to create a really well-balanced piece and really unifies the composition. Our final example comes from one of the old-fashioned Hudson River painters, Albert Bierstadt. Now, this guy is just a legend when it comes to landscapes, and if you're a landscape painter or drawer or whatever and you don't know who this guy is, really should, because he is sort of one of the greats of that era. Aside from being phenomenally realistic, this piece, titled Merced River, Yosemite Valley, really kind of captures the idea of variety and rhythm at the same time. Especially because you have a lot of different balanced textures here. The foliage on the right gives you a lot of sort of all the leaves and all the bushiness to everything like that. You're getting smaller rocks down below, especially with the people and the canoes and everything else like that. A lot of smaller, intricate textures. When you look at the mountains in the back, you're looking at a much grander scale. So there's definitely a lot going on and quite a lot to look at. Additionally, the use of rhythm here to really create something more pattern-based, more repetitious. There's the mountains in the background, of course. There's sort of three sections, very far back, up towards the middle, and on the left as well as sort of the trees sort of leading the eye down and around. It's definitely playing a lot with movement and balance and everything else, and really kind of ties the rest of the composition together right back around to that compositional unity that we talked about early in this series. So remember that the principles of design are intended to make us really think about the compositions we're both viewing and creating as artists. If you're looking for a nice short definition though, it's the elements of design in context. How you use line, shape, color, form, texture in a piece, building a composition, and creating a true masterpiece. The best way to think about building a composition is to think about it in very simple terms and ideas, but with endless possibilities. For the rest of this series, you can find it in the description box below by clicking the Elements and Principles of Design playlist and watching the series in its entirety. I hope you've enjoyed this series of videos, and for more art videos like this one, please subscribe to this channel. This has been from DMC Films and Cinderblock Studios. See you guys next time.